What if you could feel a real shift in your vitality, a deep energy that has nothing to do with another cup of coffee? What if that brain fog, the stiffness in your joints, and the feeling of just running on empty weren't things you just had to accept? Sure, our chronological age, the number of candles on the cake, is what it is. But our biological age, the real age of our cells, that's a whole different story. It's dynamic. It's responsive. And it turns out, we can have a lot more influence over it than we've been led to believe. Imagine your body has this ancient, built-in technology for renewal. A system that's designed to clear out damage and restore that feeling of youthful energy. For centuries, people have accessed this system not through some futuristic gadget, but through the wisdom of their own hands. What if a key to helping your body navigate the aging process wasn't in an expensive jar, but was literally waiting at your fingertips? In the next few minutes, we're going to walk through a simple, 3-minute daily ritual you can do anywhere. We'll focus on 2 powerful points on the legs, spots that have been central to wellness traditions for thousands of years. The goal of this ritual is to send a gentle signal to your body, a signal traditionally believed to help calm inflammation, support your body's natural cleanup processes, and awaken a deep, restorative energy. This isn't about trying to erase years, it's about adding more life and vibrancy to the years you have. For a lot of us, getting older feels like a slow-motion betrayal. It doesn't show up with a big announcement. It's in the little things. It's when you stand up and your knees just ache. It's an exhaustion so deep in your bones that a full night's sleep doesn't seem to make a dent. It's that afternoon brain fog that makes it impossible to focus. It's looking in the mirror and seeing someone who just looks tired and stressed out. We tend to brush these things off as just getting older. But what if they aren't commands, but messages? Signals from a body that's struggling under the weight of a very modern kind of crisis. Think of your body as a huge, bustling city. For the city to run well, the lights have to stay on, the communication lines have to be clear, and, this is a big one, the trash has to be taken out. In our bodies, that cellular city is under constant strain. Feeling tired is often a sign of a struggling power grid. Our mitochondria, the tiny power plants in our cells, are getting less efficient. Brain fog can be a symptom of fuzzy communication, where important signals get lost in static. And a huge amount of that static comes down to 2 main culprits of modern life: chronic low-grade inflammation and relentless stress. Chronic inflammation isn't like the swelling you get from a sprained ankle. It's a slow, quiet fire, smoldering deep in your tissues. It's a low-level state of emergency that never really shuts off, fanned by things like processed foods, not moving enough, and poor sleep. Over time, this wears down every system in the body, and it's a major reason we feel stiff, achy, and slow to bounce back. On top of that, we have the crushing pressure of modern stress. Our nervous systems are wired for short bursts of fight or flight, like escaping a predator. But today, the predator is a 24/7 stream of work deadlines, money worries, and a never-ending flood of notifications. Our bodies are swimming in stress hormones like cortisol. This doesn't just make us feel anxious, it stops our body from shifting into its natural rest and repair mode, which is the only mode where real healing can happen. So, that feeling of aging prematurely, the stiffness, the fatigue, the fog, often isn't about your birthday. It's about the buildup of all this inflammatory noise and stress-induced static in our cellular city. The question is, how do we start to quiet that noise? The answer might lie in a bit of wisdom that's thousands of years old. Long before labs and microscopes, our ancestors had a different kind of science, one based on observation, intuition, and listening to the human body. In ancient Eastern traditions, especially in Taoist philosophy, the body wasn't seen as a bunch of separate parts, but as one interconnected ecosystem of energy. They called this life force qi, pronounced qi. They saw it flowing through the body in specific pathways, or meridians, like rivers irrigating a landscape. When the qi was strong and flowed freely, the body was vibrant and resilient. Health wasn't just being free of disease, it was the presence of this smooth, harmonious flow. But they noticed that the flow could get blocked. Just like a river can get dammed up, the flow of qi could stagnate. Injury, emotional distress, or even a bad diet could create a blockage. And where the qi stagnated, problems would start. Physically, it could show up as pain or stiffness. Emotionally, it might feel like being stuck or frustrated. This ancient idea of stagnant qi creating problems is an interesting parallel to our modern understanding of how poor circulation and inflammation can lead to disease. A blocked river creates a swampy, unhealthy environment. In the traditional view, blocked energy pathways do something similar inside the body. The genius of these ancient healers was realizing that there were specific points on the surface of the body that acted like little gateways to these energy rivers. These are the acupressure points. They discovered that by applying firm pressure to these spots, they could break up the stagnation, get the qi and blood flowing smoothly again, and signal the body's own healing intelligence to restore balance. These points weren't just for treating sickness, they were key to the practice of yang sheng, or nurturing life, the art of longevity. Taoist masters would use daily self-acupressure, gentle movement, and meditation to stay vital well into old age. They knew that health wasn't something you just had, it was something you actively participated in every day. The 2 points we're about to explore are some of the most famous in this entire system, celebrated for centuries as master points for building a deep foundation of vitality. For a long time, ideas like qi and meridians were dismissed in the West. But as our own scientific tools get more sophisticated, we're starting to see intriguing overlaps between what ancient healers described and what modern biology is now discovering. The language is different, but the core ideas are starting to echo each other. This ritual isn't about choosing sides, it's about seeing how 2 different ways of looking at the body might be pointing toward the same truth. Let's look at 3 key areas of modern anti-aging research and see how the goals of this ancient practice align with them. First, autophagy. The 2016 Nobel Prize was awarded for discoveries about this process, which literally means self-eating. It's your body's essential recycling program. As we live, our cells build up junk, damaged proteins and worn-out parts. Autophagy is the process where cells pack up this waste and break it down for reuse. It's spring cleaning for your cells. As we get older, this process gets less efficient. We know that things like fasting and exercise can give autophagy a powerful boost. While there are no human studies to prove it, some researchers have begun to ask whether localized physical stimulation, like from acupuncture, could theoretically send signals that encourage these local cleanup and repair pathways, an interesting question for future science. Next, telomeres. The 2009 Nobel Prize went to the researchers who discovered how our chromosomes are protected by telomeres. Think of them as the plastic tips on your shoelaces. They keep your DNA from fraying when cells divide. Over time, they get shorter, and their length is seen as a marker of biological aging. We now know that chronic stress and inflammation can make them shorten faster. The good news? Studies have shown a link between stress management practices like meditation and better telomere maintenance over time. The idea here is that by taking a few minutes for a mindful ritual like this, you're consciously shifting your nervous system out of high alert, creating an internal environment that's less damaging to your cells. Finally, let's consider the vagus nerve. This nerve is a superhighway running from your brain to your gut, connecting to nearly every major organ. It's the main line for your rest and digest system. When the vagus nerve has good tone, it helps you feel calm and, critically, it actively dials down inflammation. Chronic stress lowers this tone. We know simple things like deep, slow breathing can help improve it. Some researchers have hypothesized that stimulating nerve-rich acupressure points might be another way to send signals that gently nudge the body toward that calmer, healing state, though this remains an area of scientific exploration. So when we press on these points, we're not performing magic. We are engaging in a conversation with our own biology, using intentional touch as a language. We're layering a new, calming signal on top of all the noise of modern life, reminding our body of its incredible, built-in ability to find balance. Alright, let's move from the why to the how. This is where knowledge becomes a real experience. Try to treat these next 3 minutes not as another chore, but as a dedicated pause just for you. Find a comfortable place to sit. Let your hands rest on your thighs. If you want, close your eyes. Let's start with 3 deep breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose, letting your belly fill with air, and exhale slowly through your mouth with a little sigh. Let go of whatever you're holding on to. 2 more. Inhale calm, and exhale the noise. Now, let's find the first point. It's one of the most famous points in acupressure, known as stomach 36, or Zusanli, which translates to leg 3 miles. Legend says that ancient soldiers would stimulate this point to get the energy to march another 3 miles, even when exhausted. It is traditionally known as a point for building stamina and supporting digestive health. To find it, take 4 of your own fingers and place them just below your left kneecap. The point is right where your pinky lands, about 1 finger width to the outside of your main shin bone. You'll probably feel a little tender spot in the muscle there. That's how you know you found it. Once you have it, use your thumb or middle finger to apply firm, steady pressure. Start massaging the point in slow, deep circles. It should be a good hurt, strong enough to feel, but not painful. We'll stay here for 45 seconds. Just close your eyes and bring all of your attention to that spot. See if you feel a warmth building or a sensation spreading. Okay, gently release and let's find it on the right leg. 4 fingers below the kneecap, 1 finger width out from the shin bone. Find that tender spot. And begin your slow, circular massage for 45 seconds. Try to connect your breath to the movement. With every inhale, imagine you're drawing fresh energy into this point. With every exhale, imagine you are releasing fatigue. As you feel that subtle warmth spreading, if you're feeling a connection to this practice and you want to discover more ways to support your body's natural vitality, go ahead and press that subscribe button and the notification bell. We're building a community here, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. The practice, continued. Now for our second point. This one is called spleen 6, or Sanyingyo, which means 3-yin intersection. It's where 3 major energy channels of the leg are said to meet. In traditional Chinese medicine, it's considered a vital point for nourishing the body and is often used in practices aimed at calming the mind and reducing stress. A very important note, because of its powerful traditional uses, this point, spleen 6, is generally avoided during pregnancy unless under the guidance of a professional. If you are pregnant, please just stick with the first point, stomach 36. To find spleen 6, locate the highest point of your inner ankle bone on your left leg. From there, measure 4 of your own finger widths up your leg. The point is right behind the shin bone. Press around in that area until you find a spot that's noticeably more tender than the tissue around it. Using your thumb, apply gentle but firm pressure and begin to massage in slow circles for 45 seconds. This point is often more sensitive, so be gentle. As you press, notice the feeling. If the first point felt energizing, this one often feels more calming and grounding. Imagine you are pouring a wave of tranquility into this gateway, soothing your entire nervous system. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. Now, let's switch to the right leg. Inner ankle bone, 4 fingers up, just behind the shin bone. Find that tender spot and begin your gentle, circular massage for the final 45 seconds. Just breathe. Think of this point as a sanctuary from the storm of chronic stress, a place you can return to any time you feel overwhelmed. To finish, release the point. Place both hands on your lap, palms up. With your eyes still closed, just sit in stillness for a moment. What do you feel? A tingle? A warmth? A quietness in your mind? There's no right or wrong answer. Just notice. You've just completed a powerful act of communication with your body. This isn't a magic pill, it's a practice. The real benefits come over time, with consistency. By taking these 3 minutes every day, you're creating a new pattern in your nervous system. And that consistent signal can create a ripple effect. What might you notice? Everyone's experience is different, but here are some of the shifts people anecdotally report. In the first few days, many people feel a sense of calm right after the ritual. You might find you fall asleep a little easier. This is often the first sign that your nervous system is responding, shifting more easily into that rest and repair state. As you continue for a month or more, you might find that your energy levels feel more stable through the day, with fewer of those big afternoon slumps. The chronic stiffness you feel might seem less intrusive. You might find you handle stress a little better. This isn't a guarantee, but a reflection of the practice's traditional goals, to help dial down the system's inflammatory noise, and give your body the space it needs to do its job. By consistently signaling to your body to manage its stress response, you're engaging in a powerful form of preventative wellness and building resilience from the inside out. In our busy world, it's easy to feel like our health is something that just happens to us. But the truth is, we are in a constant, dynamic relationship with our own bodies. This simple, 3-minute ritual is a way to embody that truth. It's a declaration that you can actively and lovingly participate in your own well-being. It's a way to use your own hands to quiet the noise, soothe the inner static, and reconnect with the deep, restorative intelligence that's already inside you. You hold the map. You have the ability to send these powerful signals. The most important step is just to begin. So, my question for you is, when will you try this for the first time? Will you make it part of your morning routine to set a calm tone for the day, or use it to unwind before sleep? Share your plan in the comments below. Your journey might just inspire someone else to start theirs. Thanks for being here.